throughout my career and my life.
The WWE Universe is no stranger to shocking encounters. From surprise returns to heated confrontations, anything can happen when the cameras are rolling. But sometimes, the most unforgettable moments don't happen inside the ring. They happen backstage. That's exactly what went down when Roman Reigns and CM Punk came face-to-face at WWE Raw. Two of the most influential names in wrestling history, both known for their strong personalities and legendary careers, collided in a tense moment that had fans buzzing worldwide. This wasn't just another interaction. It was an intense face-off that left everyone wondering, what's next for Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and the future of WWE? Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, returns to Raw. Roman Reigns has been the face of WWE for years. As the Tribal Chief and leader of the Bloodline, Roman transformed himself into one of the most dominant champions of all time. His aura, his presence, and his ability to control the spotlight make him a once-in-a-generation superstar. On Raw, Roman's appearance was already big news. Fans were excited to see him outside his usual SmackDown territory. But little did anyone know, his night was about to become even more dramatic. CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless. On the other side stands CM Punk, the best in the world. Punk's return to WWE had already been one of the most talked-about comebacks in recent memory. Known for his rebellious attitude, his sharp words, and his unmatched charisma, Punk has always been someone who isn't afraid to speak his mind. For years, fans debated, what would happen if CM Punk ever crossed paths with Roman Reigns, especially in today's WWE landscape? On Raw, they finally got their answer. The backstage encounter, tension fills the air. It happened quietly at first. Cameras caught Roman Reigns walking through the backstage hallway, greeted by crew members and fellow superstars. Suddenly, the mood shifted as CM Punk appeared from the opposite side. The arena crowd watching on the big screen erupted in cheers and chants. Everyone knew they were witnessing a moment of history. Roman and Punk stopped. The silence was deafening. They didn't exchange words immediately, but their body language said it all. Respect mixed with rivalry, curiosity mixed with intensity. The stare-down, a clash of auras. Roman stood tall, calm, and confident, with that signature tribal chief glare. Punk, arms folded, tilted his head slightly, with that trademark smirk that fans have seen for decades. Neither man flinched. Neither looked away. The stare-down lasted only seconds, but to fans, it felt like an eternity. It wasn't about titles or matches in that moment. It was about two icons of different eras standing face to face. One who built his empire as the tribal chief, and another who broke barriers as the voice of the voiceless. A few words exchanged, respect with tension. Eventually, microphones caught faint words being exchanged. Punk reportedly told Roman, "I've been waiting for this." Roman simply replied, "So have I." The simplicity of the exchange made it even more powerful. There was no need for long promos or heated insults, just two men, both at the top of their game, acknowledging the magnitude of their encounter. WWE officials step in, preventing escalation. Sensing the tension, Adam Pearce and other WWE officials quickly appeared to make sure things didn't escalate further. Both Roman and Punk seemed ready to stand their ground, but neither made a physical move. Instead, they allowed the stare-down to speak for itself. Fans watching were left with goosebumps, because sometimes the biggest statements in wrestling come without a single punch thrown. Fans' reaction. The internet explodes. As soon as the face-off aired, social media lit up. Hashtags like #Roman vs. Punk and number Tribal Chief vs. Best in the World trended globally within minutes. Fans debated endlessly who would win in a one-on-one showdown. Was this WWE teasing a future dream match? Or was it simply a one-time backstage moment meant to spark excitement? Regardless, one thing was clear. Fans loved it. The energy, the tension, and the possibility of what could come next made it one of the most talked-about Raw segments of the year. Why this face-off matters. For years, WWE fans have dreamed about Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Both men represent very different eras, yet both shape the industry in unique ways. Roman represents power, dominance, and legacy, leading the bloodline as WWE's top star. Punk represents rebellion, individuality, and authenticity, connecting with fans who saw him as their voice. When these two forces meet, it's not just a wrestling match, it's a cultural clash. It's about two different philosophies colliding inside the same universe. The locker room reaction. A divided atmosphere. Backstage reports suggested that other superstars were just as shocked as the fans. Some wrestlers saw it as an inspiring moment. Two leaders showing respect while preparing for possible war. Others, however, felt uneasy. If Roman and Punk were really on a collision course, the locker room knew it would shake the very foundation of WWE. A potential rivalry between them could overshadow everything else happening in the company. The future possibilities. A dream. Match on the horizon. The big question now is simple. Will WWE pull the trigger on Roman Reigns versus CM Punk? Could we see it at a major pay-per-view like WrestleMania or SummerSlam? Would it be a one-on-one match, or would the bloodline play a role? Could Punk's rebellious style clash perfectly with Roman's tribal chief persona in a storyline that writes itself? The possibilities are endless, and that's exactly why this face-off was so impactful. It wasn't just a moment. It was the planting of a seed that could grow into one of the biggest rivalries in wrestling history. A deeper layer. Family and legacy. Another reason this moment felt so powerful is because both men fight for something bigger than themselves. Roman constantly reminds the world that he fights for his family, his dynasty, and his position as the tribal chief. Punk, meanwhile, has always fought for the fans, the voiceless who felt overlooked by the system. When those two motivations collide, it's more than wrestling. It's about pride, purpose, and the future of WWE itself. Conclusion. A moment that will be remembered. The intense face-off between Roman Reigns and CM Punk backstage at Raw may have lasted only a few minutes, but its impact will be felt for years to come. It was a clash of auras, a meeting of two legends, and a reminder that WWE still knows how to create unforgettable moments. Whether this leads to a dream match or simply remains a historic face-off, one thing is certain: the WWE Universe will never forget the night Roman Reigns and CM Punk went eye to eye. Sometimes the best stories don't need a script. They just need two icons crossing paths at the right time.